teams that completely make your business fully automated so you don't have to do that much work. In fact, I'm going to show you guys a week in April, guys. This is a particular week in April. This is what my Upwork looked like, just so you guys know I'm not full of it. These are all of the employees on here, all the customer support team, and look at that. 570 hours worked for $3,000. That's all I had to pay for this much labor. And you know what? They were so happy because that's more than they would ever make in their own countries. They're not going to screw me over any time. So how do all these innovations come together? All right, how does it come into one big picture? Well, here is the dropshipping business model. And again, if you've seen this before, stay with me because I'm going to give you a twist. All right, no one really understands it. Essentially, what you're going to do, you're going to build a beautiful website with Shopify, right? You're going to populate it with products from AliExpress, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to create engaging advertisements, all right, with stock photos and Photoshop. Then you use Facebook to target potential customers. They're going to come onto your site and give you money for orders. And then you take their information, send it over to the Chinese factory, and the factory will send the product to the customer. Now you don't have any inventory risk. There's really no investment that's involved. It's very lean. There's very low cost barriers. And this whole time you can build out a great team on Upwork that automates your business. But guess what, guys? If you've seen this before, this is not how it really works. And that infographic is how everyone else thinks what is going on in reality. But let me tell you what is actually happening. You see, AliExpress, it's not the factories. Okay, AliExpress, these factories that have so much excess inventory, that's not AliExpress. AliExpress is agents. All right, you see these factories of excess inventory. The agent buys it from the factory, and then it's the agent on AliExpress that's working with the entrepreneur and sending it to the customers. I know what you guys are thinking. Wow, Kevin, okay, I get it. There's agents now. You know, why'd you have to make a big deal out of it? What's so important out of it? And in fact, you guys are thinking the same way these gurus and these YouTubers are also thinking about it, but that's a big, big mistake. And what do I mean by that? Why is it a big mistake? Well, let me clarify by introducing you guys to my agent. His name is Alex. And this is one of my favorite pictures because this is the first time Alex and I ever met in person, even though we did millions in dollars and transactions prior to that, all right? He met me just December 2019 in person for the first time because he flew out to Bangkok to see me speak in front of 3,000 people at Affiliate World. But why is Alex so awesome? Why are AliExpress agents actually such great assets? Well, first of all, they're entrepreneurs. They're scrappy. They're hustlers. They want better for their family just like you and I do. They also challenge the status quo, all right? And the only reason why I'm able to make a penny, the only reason why I'm even able to make a dime is because these guys, they don't have access to Shopify or Facebook. If they use Shopify or Facebook, they go to prison because of the censorship laws. Or if they could do it, I wouldn't even make a single cent. But these guys are looking for opportunity. They're hungry. They're entrepreneurial. And in fact, they have so much experience negotiating with factories. Remember, it's the agent buying the excess inventory from the factory. And also Alex, he manages his team and his facility. These guys have warehouses. They have teams. They're experts at fulfillment and logistics. And you know what these agents want more than anything else? Because clearly they have a lot of things that we want. What do they want more than anything else? They want stability. Because the only time Alex or these AliExpress agents lose money is when a drop shipper, you saw those gurus, starts selling a product, they take on the inventory risk, and bam, the drop shipper gets banned from Facebook, or, you know, they just leave. Like you saw, the site just goes after 1 month. And guess what? Now, Alex has all these moon lamps, has all these gimmicks, has all these fidget spinners he can't sell. That's the only time he loses money. So what he wants more than anyone else is a stable, consistent business partner. So guys, here's the grand reveal. All right. This is my full strategy of going from $0 in sales, but $3,000 in my bank account to $20 million in a single year. And it's going from drop shipping to brand building. Now, as a part of this journey, guys, there's 4 stages. So be patient and stay with me. There's 4 stages to this process. And most of these gurus out there, these YouTubers, they don't even know how to get past stage 1, but we're going to have 4 stages. So stage 1 is using that drop shipping business model to test concept. But again, we're not going to be drop shipping the same way as everyone else because we're going to pick a niche, all right, that we are interested in. Not a single product, not a bunch of random crap, a niche that we are interested in, and we're going to source those products from AliExpress. And We're going to choose products that are evergreen. Okay, not gimmicks, not these wow factor things, staple products that people actually want all the time. And sorry guys, my nose is a little itchy for some reason. Maybe it's out of excitement. Maybe I have a nose for value, but sorry if that's a little annoying. We're going to pick evergreen products. And also, we want a brand identity for our business, right? We want to compete on brand while everyone else is competing on product and price. And also, we want to build something that's professional and trustworthy on Shopify, all right? Not the same free plus shipping, these gimmicky stores that customers are used to seeing. And we're going to create engaging advertisements for the business using a little stock photo and a little Photoshop magic, all right? And we're building our website on Shopify. And then we're going to leverage Facebook to target interested customers. That's stage one. And in fact, let's actually do that step by step together. So let's just say I have a deep passion for bohemian female clothing, and I really don't. All right, I really don't know anything about it. I figured, hey, if I pick a niche, all right, that obviously has nothing to do with me, female bohemian clothing, and I'm able to make it work, then I can prove to you guys this business model is legitimate. So we're gonna go ahead and source some products. And because it's a niche store, we're looking for 3 categories of products. We're looking for bottoms, we're gonna look for dresses, and we're gonna look for accessories. So let's go ahead and start sourcing. Wow, here are all the products we have for boho pants, right? I just searched that, and wow, these are cheap, all right? And they look great. And remember, the difference between what you charge and what the cost is on AliExpress is your profit margin on your order. So those are bottoms. Let's see if we can find dresses. Wow, same thing. Some great looking products at wholesale discounted prices because it's excess inventory. I love it. And now let's look at accessories. Wow. Same thing, right? So cheap. Some of these look great. So clearly we've got some great products sourced onto the website. Now let's build a brand identity, right? We want to compete on product and price. We want a brand identity. And I'm going to call this Soul Bottoms, right? Because it's targeting females, that are bohemian, maybe a little free soul. And you guys might be wondering, wow, that's a pretty good logo. Who'd you pay to get that done? Which creative agency did you hire? Nope. I took my own medicine, like I told you guys. Went to a stock photo website. I looked up boho logo and found this right over here. I looked up free bohemian font and found this font, okay? And with a little bit of Photoshop, all right, literally like 5-6 minutes, bam, this logo, you see how we combined that? This logo was born. So now that we made this brand, we got to make a site that we're proud of, a site that actually converts. And it's the same story. These are all stock photos of bohemian girls. These are all AliExpress photos that are provided for you. And does this look like a general store? Does this look like a single product store? No, but this is the type of legitimacy it actually takes to convert customers. All right, look at that. That's the type of business that actually thrives in today's day and age, not those single product scams or general stores. So we built a site that we're really proud of. Now let's make some advertisements. Same thing. This is a bohemian stock photo. Look up bohemian girl. We found this girl. Did a little bit of Photoshop over here, right? A little bit of Photoshop. Bam. We put it on there. Okay. And this is text you can enter in on Facebook. This is the same thing. This is not the same girl. This is a random stock video of a girl doing yoga. All right. We Photoshopped the sale on top, put the AliExpress photo on top, and bam, these creatives take less than 20 minutes to make from scratch. And these are the types of advertisements that actually convert. You can't tell the difference between this and a major brand, all right? Because of the power of Photoshop and stock photos. So we made some great advertisements. Now we go on Facebook and we target potentially interested customers. So there's some bohemian interest, right? And there's also yoga interest. You guys are probably thinking about some great interest as well and types of people that would buy this. Awesome. So this is stage one, all right? And by the end of stage one, you're going to accomplish some amazing things. You're going to find a winning combination of products, website, advertisement, and targeting that you can now start scaling. Are you going to test those things and find a winning combination? And you know what? We're going to do something that no one else wants to do. Everyone else says, hey, don't give customers refund. No exchanges. Treat them like crap because it's all about making money. No, we're going to provide responsive and generous customer support because we're indexed on long-term value. And throughout the process, as you're building out this e-commerce business, you're learning the most high demand skills in the world, like ad strategy, like web design, like graphic design, the most high demand skills. And you're also building out your remote team on Upwork. And the most beautiful part about this process, guys, is that you not only have a business that can make you a lot of money and consistent passive money, it's actually legitimate. You're not going to get in trouble. All right. You're actually going to make people happy. And these are some of my students that got to the end of stage 1, like Christian, doing $1,000 a day. Like Regina, she's from a different country. She's doing $288 a day. Like, go fair, right? From March 1st, right? Look at that. In the first 18 days of March, okay, $15,000. And again, it's one thing to see these images. It's one thing to see these results like that. It's another to actually, see it and hear it from an actual student. So you know what, Rachel? Let's go ahead and play that video by Harsha. Let's hear how does Harsha feel and how happy is he about hitting to stage 1? All right, Rachel, let's play that video.
I went from literally knowing nothing to successfully growing my store to $5,000 in revenue in its first month. Hey guys, it's Harsha, and I'm only 22 years old, and I had no experience with e-commerce before I started learning from Kevin. I work a corporate job, and I just want an experience of running my own online business because I know that's the way that the world is heading. I went from literally knowing nothing to successfully growing my store to $5,000 in revenue in its first month, and I can attribute that all to Kevin. I just wanted to give him a shout out because I know that this community is one of the best e-commerce communities in the entire world.
So you guys heard from Harsha, right? You guys heard from Harsha how happy he felt. If you're inspired by Harsha's story, if you're inspired by him, let's give Harsha some love, all right? I'm going to show him a video of this. Like, let's give him some love. Let's everyone type in, I love Harsha. Type in, I love Harsha right now if you want to give him some love, because what's so great about Harsha, he did this as a side hustle while working a very intense corporate job, 50, 60, 70 hours a week. And man, is he happy now that he has his own business. And guess what? If you thought stage 1 was amazing, all right, wait for stage 2, because remember, there's 4 stages. The gurus, they don't even know how to move past stage 1. And most of them, they can't even do stage 1 correctly. And I'm seeing some awesome questions already, but guys, wait for the Q&A, all right? There's so much more information coming up, because stage 2 is when it gets fun. You go from drop shipping to brand building. And what you're going to do now is you have a sustainable business. You're treating customers right. You're not doing a single product or general store. It's actually lasting. You're going to say, hey, Alex, hey, AliExpress agent, okay? I'm sustainable. I'm what you've always wanted, and things are going to change a little now, right? And what are they going to do? They're going to give in to your demands because you're everything they've ever wanted, a sustainable e-commerce drop shipping partner. And what you're going to say is, hey, the next time you go to the factory, I want my logo on the products. I want to improve my shipping times. I want to get to the United States in 10 days. I want to get to Australia, Canada in 12 days, all right? I want to get to customers fast enough so they're not angry anymore. And that hoodie I'm selling, that hoodie, I want it US sizing, and those loose threads that sometimes comes, I want that to end. And why is this agent going to say yes? Because, and sorry for itching my nose, I have no idea what's going on. Why is this agent going to say yes? Obviously, because you made them money. You're all they ever wanted. And the coolest thing about this, guys, the coolest thing is AliExpress prices are usually 2 to 4 times more expensive than the factory level. Remember, AliExpress is all agents. They're all entrepreneurs. And why are they charging such massive premiums? Not because they're bad people, because it gets screwed by dropshippers that come and go so much, that do those scammy business models. They have to charge that much in order to offset their losses. And stage 2 is all about this, all right? And you're still building out your team throughout this process on Upwork, but stage 2 is about this. You got something to work. All right. And now let's make sure it's actually sustainable. And this is what Soul Bottoms look like at the end of stage 2. All right. This is what Soul Bottoms looks like in stage 2. Wow. How can customers ever get angry if your products, those same AliExpress products that are now higher quality, how can they ever get angry if they're coming in this custom packaging with your brand on it? If they're coming with these tags with your brand on it? You're the same as any other e-commerce brand now. So overnight, something magical happened. You went from bootstrapping a brand using drop shipping to now having a full-fledged e-commerce brand with your logos on everything. This brand that didn't exist before, you just conjured out of air without needing to invest in inventory. But guess what? That's not it. That's just stage 2. Let's go to stage 3. So what is stage 3 all about? Well, Now that you've done it so well with one store, right? You got it branded, it's sustainable, customers are happy. You're going to go to your AliExpress agent, you're going to go to Alex and say, hey, I want exclusivity. All right, I made you a lot of money. I'm actually sustainable. I'm treating customers right. I'm delivering value. You got me those logos, but now you can't work with anyone else. All right, if you're that hot prom queen and I'm the high school quarterback, you can't be talking with other boys anymore. And guess what? They're going to say yes. And this is also how I got my team on the ground in China. It's free. All right, they're just going to agree to work exclusively with you. And now you have a full-fledged team on the ground in China. And at this point, the focus is on building out more of those remote teams on Upwork so you can start freeing up your time. Now you can use that time to either grow even more, or we can use that time to spend it with your loved ones and your family. Now that you've done it well with one niche, all you do is go into other niches, right? And you do the same process over and over and over again. And throughout this process, you're mastering the e-commerce toolkit that every organization wants. All right, everyone wants this e-commerce toolkit. For 30 minutes of my time, I charge $1,000 to some of these corporate clients, and this is what $20 million in sales single year looks like. This is the infrastructure I was able to build through Upwork and AliExpress. All right, starting with only $3,000, this is what you are able to build. And again, it's one thing to hear from me and my story. Let's actually hear it from a student. Let's hear from a student that got to stage 3. All right, so Rachel, let's go ahead and play that video by Austin. I think everyone wants to meet Austin. Let's see how Austin is doing in stage 3. Rachel, let's go.
I don't really talk about my success, but I'll throw up a couple slides of what we look like and how much we've made. This is your boy Austin. I just want to give a quick shout out to Kevin Zhang. I've been able to grow substantially. The experience has been great. He's helped me come from like 6 figures to substantial 7 figures, going to 8 figures. And then he's always been there, and the content he produces and provides is just so valuable. I don't really talk about my success, but I'll throw up a couple slides of what we look like and how much we've made in the past 2 months. And I look forward to just growing with Kevin and his team moving forward, and I hope you decide to come to.
All right, guys, so you heard from Austin. He was at 6 figures. All right, now he's moving to 7, even 8 figures. This is a self-made millionaire in the making, all right, a multi-millionaire in the making. And did it take decades? Did it take years? No, it took a matter of months for him to get there with my strategy. And you know, Cassandra, I love to record this, but I get a little self-conscious because of this nose itching, all right? I don't want the world to know I have an itchy nose, okay? That's not a good look for me. I don't want my mom seeing me itching my nose. But that's not even the final stage, because there's stage 4. And that's e-commerce mastery. This is where I want everyone to get to. At this point, you've created high passive income. Now you can enjoy your time and your freedom. You've mastered high demand skills that every organization desires, okay? And you have something now that you never had when you started. Something that I have right now, that the Kevin living in his parents' basement with $3,000 and a bunch of credit cards, something he never had. The skills, the money, and the team now to pursue the craziest ideas out there, like making a streetwear brand made out of weed. How crazy it is that I am wearing weed right now. And let me tell you, it's been my dream since high school to launch a streetwear brand. And now it's finally coming true. And why is that? It's because value floats to the top. And guys, we're about to move into Q&A where you can ask me your questions, but do another exercise for me, all right? I want you guys to close your eyes, and don't worry, all right, it's going to be a little silly, but just do it. There's a method to everything, and you've already stuck with me so far, all right? Imagine now. Imagine that you're working 1 to 2 hours a day to sustain an automated 6-figure, 7-figure, or even 8-figure business that you're proud of, that you're making more than your current 9 to 5 every month, working on your own schedule from anywhere in the world. That's one of the best things about e-commerce. Now you've reclaimed your time and your freedom while enjoying those precious moments that make life truly valuable. You've become an expert, one of the most fastest growing fields in the world, because that's what happened to my life in just the course of a year. And this is one of my favorite photos. This is when my business did its first $1 million. What I did is I flew back to Chicago where my parents are, and I surprised them. I took them to the most expensive restaurant in Chicago, and it was such a surreal moment. You know, they'd never been to a place like this before. And I've gotten to meet incredible people despite my age and an experience. And you guys already saw this photo with me and Rachel. And this is me playing with a baby elephant. All right, moments before speaking in front of 3,000 people at Affiliate World. Because my business is able to generate passive income, I can travel to the places I never got to go as a kid growing up. And don't let all this glam, don't let all this press, don't let all this, hype fool you, because this is where I was just over a year ago, in my parents' basement, when the whole world thought I was an absolute loser. And you know what, guys? Years from now, when your family and your friends, they ask you a question, I know, okay? I know, the tech bubble. Some of you guys weren't even old enough to be a part of it. Financial crisis, it came and went. You didn't know about it. Cryptos, you don't know about it either. But guess what? Years from now, when your friends, when your family, when your kids ask you, hey, what were you doing during the e-commerce revolution? What were you doing during one of the greatest wealth-generating events in human history? What were you doing then? You can't look them in the eye honestly. You can't look yourself in the mirror honestly and say, I didn't know. Because Kevin just told you all about it. And before we move into Q&A, I have some more questions for you guys. What do you guys think is the best way to use your money? All right, is it to spend it? Is it to invest it? And also, if you want to invest it, what's the best thing to invest in? Is it stock market? Is it real estate? Let me tell you, the best thing to invest in yourself is not stock market or real estate, because markets go up and down. There's only one asset you have that you can control how it performs. You can control how much it appreciates, and that's yourself, because only you can decide what you are doing each and every day and how you perform. And also, what do you guys think is the biggest factor to my success? Is it because I worked long hours? Is it because I'm just smarter than everyone else? Or is it because I'm more educated? Let me tell you, back in my corporate job, the partners, the high-level managers, the executives, they were way smarter than me. They went to Harvard Business School, Harvard Law School, way smarter, worked way longer hours, way more educated. And guess what? I'm making more than many of them. The secret to my success is the e-commerce revolution, because with disruption comes major opportunity, and it's because it's growing so fast. And also, how badly do you want the things that you want in your life? Is it just something that you want to say to people? Is it just something that sounds good? It's a good soundbite? Or do you truly want them and you want to fight for your goals? And also, do you believe in e-commerce? Do you believe that anyone can bootstrap an e-commerce business from the ground up? I want you to type in I believe if you believe it. I want you to type in I believe if you believe in e-commerce right now. Because guys, this is the year I changed the world of education. That's what I'm going to disrupt, because I think it's messed up. I think it's messed up that my middle-class parents, all right, my middle-class parents had to pay $250,000. I had to take on massive student loans, that after paying that amount of money, I graduated not feeling anywhere closer to happiness and fulfillment. I think that's messed up. And how am I going to disrupt this education space? In the same way I did e-commerce, believing in that value always floats to the top. All right, that's how I'm going to disrupt it. So I thought to myself, okay, well, if I want to disrupt education, it's a massive industry. It's not a trivial task. How am I actually going to do it? And I did so much research. These gurus, they're selling courses. They send you these video lessons. And I determined something. Hey, for someone to disrupt the world of education, you can't just send someone 10, 20 videos in a Facebook group and say, hey, you're on your own now, and good luck, and go ahead and change your life. That's not what it takes to disrupt education. So for 4 months, almost thinking full time every single day, I crafted this way of disrupting education. And first off, it has to do with skills building, all right? And not just 10, 20, 30 lessons, 181 lessons, everything I know about bootstrapping an e-commerce brand from scratch. And you know what, guys? This is something my lawyers absolutely hate when I do, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways because of IP issues. But these are the lessons that I was able to create. 181 lessons. This is what e-commerce mastery looks like, and everything you need to know. All right, starting out, the mindset you need. All right, understanding the dropshipping business model. How do you actually determine a niche? All right, what are the lessons like? It's like this. I always break down the theory. All right, and then I go into execution and I teach you how to do it. This is where I teach you how to find a niche that's not too big and not too small. But we're gonna look at more of the lessons because it's so comprehensive. These are all of the consumer psychology lessons. These are all introduction to Shopify design. All right, these are all the advanced ones. One of the biggest questions is like, hey, I don't know how to code, Kevin. How am I ever gonna make a nice website? Guess what? I don't know how to code either. So let's take a look at, let's say, how to build a great site. this is us designing a logo. It's always step by step, assuming you don't know anything. Like you were just like me, my mom's, my parents' basement. So this is a home goods store, right? And let's see, what we do is go onto stock photos, right? And we find a good stock photo, all right? We go into Photoshop, okay? And we go ahead and do a little bit of Photoshop magic, right? The most basic, and bam, we built a logo called Modern Habitat. That's the brand. This whole lesson, even if you don't know anything, takes 6 minutes to cover. But let's see what the site ends up looking like. Is it actually a good site? Does it actually look like people can buy from it? Look at that. All this is stock photos and a little bit of Photoshop or AliExpress photos. That's a site that we build together. And this whole site, we build 5 sites, by the way, and 5 different niches together, step by step, assuming you don't know anything. Okay, we build